months straight. So now it's 2 months because I met him a month by myself. Then 2 months, and then a month later, me and my co-defendant, we talking about the lick. Mind you, none of this never existed. There was no drugs, there was no house, there was no money, nothing. All this was just words.
How you met the agent?
I met the agent through a stripper. I ended up getting my paperwork, and come to find out they gave her $6,300 to introduce me to the agent. Because when she introduced me to the agent, she told me that it was a dude out of Miami just moved to Tampa, and he was looking for somebody to help him move some work.
I'm saying, but how they know to come holler at you? What, they were just looking for anybody?
Well, on my indictment, what they said is they had reason to believe that I was involved in home invasion style robberies in Tampa over 2 decades, and that's why they targeted me. That's what they said in my paperwork. However, at that time, I had just got out of prison, was broke as a joke, and trying to get my life together, and they stalked me out.
And so the stripper turned you on to an agent?
Yes, the stripper turned me on to the agent. He pulled up in a Lexus with some Italian loafers on, with an earring in his ear, with a Versace shirt on, and he was looking the part with his hand in a ponytail and everything, man. And when I tell you these people good, man, these people good, man. I'm talking about, and the reason why, like for a long time, I was real down on myself in prison. Like, how could you go for that dumb ass shit? You know what I'm saying? But these people are trained for that, man. They actors, man. They actors. And he orchestrated the whole situation. And what I mean by that, from the date of the time it supposed to go down, how much drugs was in there. I was just a listener. Basically, the only thing that I caught them 27 years for was talking. The house never existed. The drugs never existed. Everything was a made-up scheme. It was a manufactured crime. So when I get in there, I start, reading the law. And the law say that government agents and informants cannot form a conspiracy. It has to already be existing, meaning that all us standing right here, we in a drug conspiracy, and they infiltrate that. That's legal to do that. Not like, you got the biker gangs, the white boys, they selling guns. When the white folks go in there, they already doing that. In this situation, it wasn't like that. You came to me, I went to him, and then he went to him, and now y'all formed a big ass conspiracy. And they charged me with the same thing. You would charge something like, I got the same statue Big Meech got, man. That same exact statue at 841. That's the same statue as if I sold 5 or more kilograms. Put it like this. The reason why they told me that it was 5 or more kilograms of cocaine in that house is for sentencing purposes.
Mm-hmm. They want to give you a
yes, they didn't say less than 5, because less than 5 would have put me into a 5 to 40 range. Mm-hmm. But they said over 5. So when I agreed to that amount, that's when they charged me with that. So basically, I had life before I even got life. And once again, I can see if I've heard these stories about this type of shit, and then I'm like, nah, man, I ain't with that shit. I was the first nigga in Central Florida to get hit like this. So them coming to me like that, because it wasn't nothing back in the days for a nigga to come to a nigga like, hey, man, nigga over here got 2, 3 keys in the house, or 5 keys, and the nigga kick his door in and take his shit. That wasn't far. So that story wasn't far-fetched, definitely in Florida, because, back then in the, years ago, this was where the cocaine was at. First it was Florida was the hub, then it went to Texas, then it went to California. So that definitely wasn't hard.
Mm-hmm. All right, so boom.